Podcasts from the Cat.
You're listening to PJ. This is the perfect afternoon. This is the Cat.
Just gone 33 minutes past 2 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to be speaking to Damien Gear. Hello, Damien. How are you?
Hi, PJ. Great to talk to you again. Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to yourself. You have been a busy boy. You are... We talked to you just before Christmas. You're from Nantwich Food Bank. And, tell us a bit about the food bank you volunteer for, Damien.
Yeah, well, the last time I spoke with you, we were getting ready for the run-up to Christmas, so we were getting ready for a very busy time.
Yeah.
And looking back now, I can safely say it was very, very busy.
I think we knew that, yeah.
By the time myself and the volunteer group got to Christmas, we were really exhausted. The volunteer group were fantastic, I have to say. They worked really, really hard. We were very lucky over the Christmas period. Our donation levels were fantastic. Nantwich, yet again, really rose to the challenge and really supported people in the community that we support. So it was fantastic, and there's too many people to thank, but I do really want to say a couple of quick thank yous, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
First and foremost, it has to go to the volunteers, because without the volunteers, there is no food bank. And they worked so hard. They're an extraordinary bunch of people. So we all owe them a big thank you. Then for the other people that supported us, this is just some, but just to give you headlines. The Nantwich Running Group, Nantwich Buddies, who were a fantastic help helping us process some donations. Witch Melbank Rotary, who manned the stands at our Tesco collection, which was a huge success. Sainsbury's allowed us to do a monetary collection at their door, which was fantastic, and it was a great opportunity just to talk to people about the food bank. And the Nantwich Food Festival supported our reverse Advent campaign, which we did a drop and go at Brian Lee School, and it was a massive success. It was just incredible. Our volunteers who were processing it were really just overwhelmed with the generosity. So thank you to all those people and so many more who really were fantastic.
Brilliant. Now, how many volunteers do you have roughly? I suppose
we have 54 volunteers at the moment.
Wow.
So it's split between... there's a lot of people. There's a lot of different facets to it. So, we have storeroom teams, we have driving teams, we have processing teams, we have telephonists, we have admin people. It's quite the gamut of people, I have to say. And they come together and they work in unison, and, we just look after people.
Brilliant. So, how did you cope then? I know you said you coped. Obviously busy. Were you running out of any stuff? Did you run out of anything, or obviously?
No, we didn't. We put the call out via social media and through your own radio show. Thank you. And people responded. They responded with exactly what we needed at the right time. So we didn't have to go and purchase, which was an incredible achievement. It really was. Because in the 3 months leading up to Christmas, to give you an idea, we supported 533 people.
Whoa.
Just over 50% of those were children.
Wow.
Now, they are standard food parcels. On top of that, we had nearly 500 extra people that we helped over the Christmas period with Christmas parcels specifically. So that's over 1,000 people.
Wow, that's staggering. I would have had no clue. And that's just yourselves. That's just your food bank.
And we're a small food bank.
That is mad. That is crazy. So let me get it out there, big style. First of all, we've got to thank everybody that Damien's just mentioned. We've definitely got to say yet another big thanks to all those 54 plus volunteers. They're fantastic. They are hidden angels. Also, we've got to thank the listeners of our station and in and around the area, Nantwich, as everybody. Thank you so much, guys. You pulled through like I hoped you would. You pulled through, as you always do. Thank you so much to all the listeners. And Damien, of course, we've got to say thank you to you. I mean, you do a lot. You really do. So thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. So how are we doing on stuff? Have you got plenty of stuff now? Plenty of
Yeah, I mean, if people can continue to support us, this is, we had our bumper collections. This tends to be our leaner time. So if you can keep us in mind, some of the things that we're running low on at the moment are the non-food items like washing powder, washing up liquid, and then on the food stuff line, one of the things we are going to run short on will be long life juice.
Yeah, okay. Long life juice. Yeah. I'm making that down.
Yeah, a simple list.
That is 1,033 approximately. That is incredible, insane numbers. We knew it would be busy, but that is absolutely brilliant. Damien, I am so thankful, and everybody in the community is thankful for what you do, what your volunteers do. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to all the listeners at Cat FM. You are all brilliant. This area in this community obviously proves it. We are a really good community. Damien, I wish you all the very best of luck. You are having yourself a fan-dabby-dozy break in Edinburgh.
Cheers.
I wish I was coming with you. I really do. All the very best. Thank you, guys. Thanks, listeners. I'm going to play a quick thank you song, and that's fun. I'm really over the moon. It's made my year, definitely.
Perfect.
Podcasts from the Cat.
You're listening to PJ. This is the perfect afternoon. This is the Cat.
Okie dokies, just gone 32 minutes past 3 o'clock this afternoon, 19th of January. And of course, it's Thursday. Gotta say hi to Richard. How are you, Richard? Are you okay?
I'm very well, thank you, PJ, and yourself?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, very cold this morning. Oh, my goodness me.
Isn't it just?
I had to engage my four-wheel drive mode this morning. Okay, Richard Holmes, you are a volunteer for St Paul Centre Food Bank, and we talked to you just before Christmas to see how you're getting ready for the big rush. How's it been? Have you been really busy, have you?
Yeah, we have been really busy, and it would be appropriate for me to just say thank you before anything else to all our volunteers and all our staff, because at the time of year it was, and with the demand that we had on our food bank in particular, it was all hands on deck.
Yeah.
So we had a very busy time, and what we'd done is we'd planned not just to make sure our food bank was running well for Christmas for people, but also that we were able to do pop-up winter projects as well. So our food bank was in more demand than we've ever known over the Christmas period. So we were very, very busy, but thankfully friends, individual donors, both in cash and kind, businesses and some grants enabled us to meet all of the needs. So we're very, very grateful for that. The other thing that we planned to do that was different this year, or more than we've ever done, we've done it for the last 2 years, is we were able to give out in addition to what we do, over 300 Christmas hampers, and we targeted organisations who worked closely with people who were in particular need, and sometimes they were families or households in need. Sometimes it was people who just left homelessness and were settling down in their own places and needed a lift and encouragement. There'd be no presents coming through the door, really. So we were able to get some very nice hampers out to over 300 households. So that was just a wonderful thing to do. And one of the organisations that we worked with sent me a letter saying all that they can remember about it is when they gave the hamper out was wow. It was just so different for people who were often missed out to get that additional bit of a treat at Christmas with some chocolates and some nice branded food items just to tide them over.
Brilliant.
Into the new year.
So, donations-wise, you're okay. You managed to cope. I bet there was a lot of stuff gone through your hands throughout the course of this Christmas. I was talking to Damien earlier, and they'd served over 1,033 which was incredible amounts, incredible numbers. I know we all know it's bad times. I would like to personally thank you and all the volunteers in connection with your food bank, because nobody really sits and thanks you, do they? I suppose they do in a way, but it's a big thank you from our community. And also, I've got to say thank you to everybody that gives something. Doesn't matter what it is, a tin or whatever. If you've donated, I want to say thank you from the heart of everybody that's involved with the food banks and, of course, our community radio station. How are you now with donations? How are you doing? Do you need more stuff, or is there anything in particular you're looking for?
It is traditional for us to have a lull after Christmas, and at the moment we're starting to see, we have enough food, but we're starting to see it go down. So if people could just bear in mind that this is going to be the time of year when people will have given, and will have, they'll be getting back into their regular routine. But if they can have a mind that we still need their support,
of course,
and there's always opportunities to do that. The back gate is open on the after car park side of our big church premises.
Yep.
Press the button between 9:30 and 3:30 and we'll come and take your gift off you, and then we're able to weigh that in. We've certainly given, along with the Nantwich Food Bank as well, like them, we've given to thousands of people, and also tons of food in the tonnage, and it's, we very much still need that for families and households.
Any particular items you're desperate for at the moment? Anything in particular?
I think we always need the things that are often perhaps just a bit expensive, but we'd be grateful for anything really, but always things like meat, whether that's a tinned pie or some stewing steak or a tin of ham. That tends to go down very quickly, as indeed does soup. But we're very often piled high with one thing.
You can never. I get that. Yeah. Well,
so it's famine or feast. But if people can give anything, then we're very grateful.
And I've got to say thanks. They've done a massively good job at donating. They really have to meet your demands and everybody else's demands. Richard, I want to say thank you so much for all your help from all your volunteers, from everybody. Hartwell, thank you very much indeed. And we're just going to keep giving in our normal way, as they normally do, because we have got a fantastic community round here. We really have. I wish you the very best for the new year. And that's it. Anything else you want to add?
Thank you. No, that's great. Always, if people are interested, they can go onto our new website.
Yeah.
And you'll see all that we do there. We do far more than the food bank. We do furniture, cycles, a hospital discharge scheme. With a lot going on. And
just remind us of your website again. What's your website?
www.stpaulcentre.
Brilliant. All the W's. St Paul Centre. Is that?
Yeah, you'll catch us there.
Is that co.uk? Is it?
.org.uk. I do believe. I cannot remember. But if you put it in, you'll find it there. It'll come up, and then you can often find, if people want to volunteer, there's a form in there that they can fill in, and we get back in touch with them. We always need volunteers in different areas.
Yep.
So always interested in hearing from anyone. And also not to forget our cafe on the corner, which is open every weekday from 8 till 2, serving homemade food, and that supports the work of the centre as well. So it's a great cafe and a great place to eat. So you can have a look at that on TripAdvisor or wherever, and also on our website. And people are very welcome.
Thank you very much, Richard. All the very best. Have a great year.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. So there you go. Yeah, our food banks managed to cope, and they would definitely not have coped if it wasn't for your kind generosity. I am absolutely, completely and utterly blown away by the generosity of this local community, Nantwich, Crewe and Sandbach and surrounding areas. You guys have done a mammoth job. That is a huge amount of food that's been shifted through food banks throughout this period of time over Christmas, just before and after. A huge amount. You heard that. You just heard Richard say in the tonnage. in the tonnage, we're talking of thousands of people. Roughly about 45-50% of them were children, have been fed by you, the community, because they can't afford to buy food, which is utterly ridiculous. We live in a country that's supposedly so rich, and yet we have to do this. It is terrible. But on the other hand, you, the community of Nantwich, Crewe and surrounding areas, you have done a brilliant job. You should be proud of yourself, because that's a lot of stuff that's been passed on to the needy. You've made their Christmas, basically, because it wasn't for you guys giving just the odd tins here or the odd packets there, or even donating the money that you have done. It's brilliant, and I can't say thanks enough. And that's a thank you from here, everybody at Cat FM.
Podcasts from the Cat.